So, hello everybody, my name is Chuck Wilson, and this is Iida Junsuke, and we are here in Tokyo, Japan, and Iida and I are going to begin this YouTube channel, so that hopefully we can bring some edification to the people who view it. Now, you can also tune in to the channel that's in Japanese if you wish to watch that, but when you speak another language, you tend to adopt a personality that the viewers can relate to. So this is a little bit more, calm down?
Yeah, reserved, whatever you want to call it.
So what I'm trying to do is, I've been in Japan doing this for 50 years. And I think that I have a certain amount of information and experience that will benefit the people who watch the YouTube video. I know a lot of you are involved in exercise, and I know that health is a major consideration. And I know in this day and age of the coronavirus, when you're confined to your house, that perhaps it's not that easy to implement. But I'd like to give you a few clues, either if you're contemplating doing this, or if you're an ongoing involvement in it and you need some direction or some help. The YouTube video is not about myself really, or about you. We are simply the messenger. We are trying to give you the benefit of experience and knowledge that hopefully will benefit your life, and hopefully will improve your quality of life to the point where you can live long enough to, so the coronavirus goes away.
See how long that is.
See how long that is. So, Iida-san has been a long-term resident in Japan, and I've been here for 50 years. And so we have a kind of a one foot in one culture and one foot in the other. And I'm speaking to you from a general position, not necessarily a cultural position. So what I want to start out with basically is why should people get involved in fitness in the first place, and what can you expect? There are a few things I think that you should be aware of if you're not aware of them already. Number one, fitness is not the end all. Fitness is more of a mechanism, a road to a larger path of a better quality of life. It will improve your health, it will improve your appearance, it will improve your sense of your own value, and it will improve your daily performance, whether it's climbing stairs, lifting heavy objects, or whatever. More importantly, I think though, for people certainly my age, Iida-san is not so concerned about things that concern me.
Well,
at my
quite.
age. Not quite.
Well, we'll see.
But Iida-san is running a marathon in a few days, so he's more concerned with performance. I'm primarily concerned with staying healthy. And with that, you have to a certain extent, rely and understand what doctors are trying to do and the precautions you can take. Well, the first precaution you should take, I think, is getting a medical checkup. It's not so much that you can do the exercise or you can exercise at all. In fact, should you in the first place? Are you physically all right? I mean, the idea is you want to exercise efficiently, you want to exercise effectively, and you want to exercise safely. And that goes for not just for exercise, but for anything. So, in order to do that, you need to know where you are now. So you need to, I believe, have a medical checkup. You need to check things like certainly your blood pressure, cholesterol, blood fats, things that contribute to diseases and afflictions like atherosclerosis, arteriosclerosis, heart attacks, cerebral hemorrhages, serious stuff. In many cases, the serious things don't manifest themselves until later, but the precursors, like high blood pressure and elevated resting blood sugar and elevated cholesterol, do contribute to the onset of larger, more lethal afflictions. So a physical checkup, some kind of medical checkup would be a good idea, and the advice of your doctor, should you exercise? And if you do exercise, what are the restrictions? So keeping in mind that efficient, effective, and safe methodologies are what you want to do, next, you want to go to looking at your lifestyle. The guidelines for this are very clear. The World Health Organization has clarified them for years. You stop smoking, you stop drinking, you reduce stress, you get more sleep, you maintain a reasonable body composition, that means reasonable levels of blood fat, not excessive, and you exercise on a daily basis. Also, did I say stress?
Yeah.
Okay. So, in this day and age, sometimes it's difficult. You're not moving around. The stress is certainly with us. The virus has imposed a whole different level of stress. You don't know if you're going to have a job next week. Many of you are working from home. Hence, these videos hopefully will be helpful when we get to the actual exercise performance stage. So, we're trying to help you out and give you some advice you might find meaningful. In terms of looking at your lifestyle, let me elaborate on that just a bit. As most of us know, smoking is going to make you very, very sick, if not kill you. And it leads to much larger diseases, heart attacks, cardiovascular afflictions, that kind of thing. In long term, perhaps cancer as well. So it's just a good idea not to do it. And it's a good idea not to have the people around you do it either. Not that anybody really who is aware of how things are going on in the last few years about research about smoking, but some people ignore the risks, just like the one, not one, well, there are some people. And granted, I ignored the risk too for several years. I smoked a reasonably heavy smoker for years. Finally woke up that it just wasn't in my best interest. Drinking, a little bit of alcohol we all enjoy from time to time, no problem at all. But it's the excessive alcohol that's going to hurt you. Again, the doctors can give you a better advice on that. But basically, in the past anyways, the World Health Organization has recognized a limit of 2 glasses of red wine a day. Take it or leave it. All of this is entirely up to you. Nutrition, well, we can get into that in a later video. That's a very complex subject, certainly. And different cultures have different approaches. But basically, you just want to eat a balanced meal more. I mean, this is not rocket science, really. It's, eating 3 meals a day generally, and then knocking off the carbohydrates, staying away from red meat. I mean, all of these hints that you see all the time about nutrition. And nutrition is in constant flux. What they thought was good nutrition 20 or 30 years ago is not true now. So with the internet, all this information is certainly available to all of you. And then we get to exercise. So before you start the exercise, and given that you have had some kind of medical examination, that you are aware of your own capabilities and your injuries or past injuries or whatever, create some kind of objective. What do I wish to achieve? Because the parameters of exercise are very clearly related to performing that particular or achieving that particular objective. So a 6-pack for some people is an objective that's worthwhile. Personally, I think there are more important objectives, but people focus on how they look. And weight loss will be a great part of the videos that we put out there. I will go through the calculations for you, and I've done this many times before and performed seminars on weight loss, and at the end of the weight loss seminar, without a doubt, somebody raised their hand and says, well, can I have my ice cream after meals? Well, you can if you're not overweight and you don't have a problem, yes. So a lot of this is individual specific. Exercise is individual specific, as is nutrition. And you need some clarification. And I also think everybody needs a little bit of scientific base of why am I doing this? Why am I going through this? And one of the most prominent questions I receive is, how often do I have to do this? Well, essentially you have to do it, well, not have to. If you want the results, you should do a little bit of exercise every single day. That's it. The only fatigue you will experience is perhaps some emotional fatigue, having to either go to the gym or to get dressed or perform the exercise. So I understand that. But minimum twice a week, because every time you exercise, that effect stays with you for about 5 days. And in 5 days, after that point, a deconditioning phase steps in. And basically, if you only work out once a week, your progress will be very, very slow, if at all. So you have to keep that in mind. How long? Individually specific. The parameters established by the American College of Sports Medicine are between 30 and 45 minutes a day. And that's 60% of your time devoted to aerobic exercise, 20% to muscular conditioning, 20% to flexibility. Those are the 3 parameters of fitness. So the idea is that the objective of fitness is oxygen utilization. So what they call VO2 max. How much oxygen can I assimilate and use? And that's assessed by a very complicated scientific method that is not accessible to almost anybody except people in the medical field or college university campuses. So the idea is you want to increase your cardiovascular efficiency. You do that by increasing your muscular capacity, which allows you to run faster and further with a higher level of intensity, and perhaps allows you to recover quickly as well. So then the flexibility phase comes in, well, if you do all this muscular conditioning to achieve a longer period of aerobic conditioning, then your body, your muscles will become tight, so you need flexibility to alleviate the negative aspects of that. So those are the 3 facets of an exercise program: aerobic conditioning, muscular conditioning, flexibility. So remember when we talked about efficient and effective? Well, effective means in what proportion should I do each of these? And that depends on, to a great extent, what your doctor has to say. If your doctor has to say your heart rate is too high, your blood pressure is too high, your blood sugar is too high, you absolutely need to do more aerobic conditioning. But you don't have to run, you can walk. These kinds of things. Anyways, these are some of the subjects that we'll try and get across. I know there's a plethora of information out there already. If you find this interesting, or if you need a personal advice, please comment. I have this question, is this right for me or not? And I'd be glad to give you my opinion, and perhaps Iida has some questions that you would also like to ask.
Well, I'm the guy with the skinny arms and no knowledge, so I'll be trying to extract as much knowledge from Chuck over here, and hopefully learn together with you guys, because I'm coming from a very minimal, I have very little knowledge on this stuff.
Okay, I'll try not to talk too much and try to make it all pertinent. Again, if you have questions, please comment and let us know. We'll be happy to accommodate you.
And please subscribe.
And please subscribe. Talk to you soon.
Thank you.